Sister Wives Robyn Browns says husband Kody Brown has a murder face. I hate it. Hello guys, I am Jessica. Welcome to my channel. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Sister Wives star Robyn Brown said that her husband, Kody Brown, has a murder face as she reflected on his expressions following his splits from ex-wives Christine Brown, Janelle Brown, and Mary Brown. He really doesn't seem like the happy person that he used to be, Mary, 53, said about Kody, 55, during the Sunday, October 27 episode. Kody then weighed in on his frequently upset expression, telling the cameras, "I'm angry, you know. It's not that I'm grumpy or yelling or doing something. It's that I have resting a whole face." After the Brown patriarch acknowledged his stern expression, Janelle, 55, also said she was also aware of his facial expression. Kody's always been kind of intense, even when he's just talking seriously. You know, he tends to have this face, she said, demonstrating the expression as she scrunched her nose and furrowed her eyebrows. Despite standing by Kody's side following his splits, Robyn, 45, admitted that she also knew the expression all too well. "I call it his murder face. I hate it," she said. "You can't use the murder face on the kids just saying, like, get in your pajamas. I'm like, that's too scary. Take it back a notch. Lift the eyebrows. Ok, now say, get in your pajamas." Christine, 52, was Kody's first wife to end their spiritual marriage in November 2021. Janelle left the businessman just more than 1 year later in December 2022, while Mary and Kody confirmed their split by issuing a joint statement in January 2023. Robyn and Kody, who legally tied the knot in 2014, have also had the strongest bond among his relationships. However, both Robyn and Kody have expressed their disappointment in no longer being part of a polygamous family following his divorces. Kody has been open about his complex feelings regarding the end of his spiritual marriages during recent seasons of Sister Wives. Also during the most recent episode, the father of 18 compared his spiritual divorces to Cher and Sonny Bono's split. The musicians divorced in 1975 after 11 years of marriage. "When Sonny and Cher got divorced, I was 6, I was 5, and it broke my heart. It freaked me out. I was like, divorce is the biggest evil of, you know, it's just something that saddened me," he admitted in a confessional. Kody added that he had no awareness of what divorces were when he was young. "Sonny and Cher getting a divorce devastating. Like, does that really happen?" he said. As he reflected on his own divorces, Kody said, "This isn't supposed to be part of the story that I'm writing about myself. You know what I mean? And everybody's their story. You're the author of your story. My story is taking a turn." Kody then said that he and his exes rode the wave as they adjusted to their new lives after the splits. "We've crashed the ship. We survived. We're on the shore, but we crashed the ship. That's the realization," the reality star said as he became emotional. "We crashed the ship, and that does make me terribly sad." The meanest things Sister Wives Kody Brown has said to Mary. The patriarch of Sister Wives, Kody Brown, has never been kind to his first wife. For years, Mary Brown was put on the back burner and essentially told to wait while Kody lived his own separate life. Mary was patient and hung around long past her expiration date. And while ignoring someone isn't kind, Kody took his cruelness a step further by often being mean to her when there was no need to be. Kody Brown thinks Mary Brown is a brick wall. It seemed that everyone but Mary knew her 30-year marriage was over. And Kody never minced his words when talking to TLC cameras about how much he didn't love her anymore. After another fruitless chat, Kody noted, "I think the writing is on the wall. It's been obvious to me." The diss inferred that he had been done with his relationship for years, hinting that he knew Meri was hanging on. Meri was left feeling embarrassed and insulted. She had been made to feel that way for years, but this was one of the first times Kody had aired his thoughts out loud. The conversation took a nastier turn after Kody asked if she would be happy giving up her house on Coyote Pass and living in the not-yet-built barn loft. As fans discovered, he wanted to store Meri and his motorcycles there. The negative connotations couldn't be ignored. Kody had always enjoyed riling Meri up and often lied to her about reconciling. The patriarch had a way of making Meri feel so small and alone. She was just another toy he decided that he didn't want anymore. Instead of being open and honest, he gaslit Meri until the cows came home. Kody Brown kept to his marital duty. Perhaps one of the cruelest things Kody has ever shared with Meri was the fact that he just kept putting up with her. Fans can see that Kody's sense of duty has always been about Robyn Brown, his fourth and favorite wife. In this argument, Kody tried to make himself feel better by telling Meri he no longer loved her. Staying with someone you have fallen out of love with doesn't make you a hero. Meri had just wished Kody would have told her sooner instead of stringing her along for so long and wasting her time. During this particular conversation, Kody noted, "I'm willing to fake being in love with Meri, doing my duties as a husband, sort of putting up with things that frustrate me so deeply that I struggle to be around her. If I need to for the sake of whatever, I don't know. I can fake through this." Yikes! Where did the love go between these two? Kody just came across as a coward after he revealed his thoughts, and Meri was once again used. Kody Brown has a way with words. During the most recent Sister Wives episode, Meri discussed terminating her marriage with Kody. The church agreed on the terms of abandonment, but Kody was not thrilled. He kept trying to argue with Meri, who, for once, stood her ground. Then Kody pushed back, noting, "I like you now that we aren't together." During this conversation, Meri at least got to air her grievances. But as Kody does, he took to his confessional to bash her. "Don't blame me for not loving you. I was doing my duty." "Blame yourself, okay," he stated. Kody then added, "When I'm in love with a woman, that's her fault. So what happens if I'm not in love with a woman? That's my fault." Kody's words were filled with bitterness and bile. Even though he claimed never to have loved Meri, he sure seemed upset by his third divorce, but he wasn't admitting to making a mistake. Poor Meri, as all she was doing was acknowledging the fact that Kody didn't want to work on their relationship. She wasn't placing blame and actually keeping relatively calm. Thankfully, at least this time, Meri has the last word, claiming, "Nobody wins here." And she is right. Everyone loses in a situation like this. But I wonder where the Brown family would be if only Kody were just a tad bit nicer. Sister Wives. Kody sold off Coyote Pass land and Robyn's Flagstaff house to buy new $2.01 M mansion. Kody and Robyn Brown have been the ultimate opportunists who emerged from Sister Wives. From the very beginning, everyone saw how the former preferred his fourth wife over everyone else. They also saw the couple dipping into the family pot of funds for their own selfish needs, like buying their Flagstaff home. But as the family fallout happened, everything changed. Kody and Robyn faced a financial crunch when 3 other contributing family members left. Since then, they have resorted to selling their Flagstaff home for $1.65 million. But once they slashed the price when they had no luck, they eventually took it off the market. Now the couple has bought a new house worth $2.1 million. But how did Kody afford such an expensive property? Did he sell Coyote Pass and Robyn's house altogether? Sister wives. Kody and Robyn bought a lavish $2.1 million home in Flagstaff. Kody and Robyn began making headlines because they had put their 2019 Flagstaff home for sale for $1.65 million. They ultimately had to slash the price for a bit, as the property had been on the market since August with no luck. Since then, another piece of news has taken over the internet like wildfire. Kody and Robyn ended up buying a house worth $2.1 million in Flagstaff itself. Kody and Robyn's is spread across 7,784 feet with 6 bedrooms and 6.5 bathrooms. The parking space is huge with up to 7 cars storage and an RV in the front. The kitchen is lavish too, with 2 islands, ovens, and dishwashers. But how did the couple afford such a fancy space? Did they do so by selling their half of Coyote Pass land and their previous home? Sister wives. How did Kody and Robyn afford their $2.1 million home? Sold Coyote Pass share an old house? Kody and Robyn are in the limelight again for their new $2.1 million home. Everyone has been curious as to how the couple bought such a lavish place. Did they sell their prior properties, Coyote Pass land and old Flagstaff home for it? That's not the case. It turns out the couple borrowed $1.68 million for the new property and have a 30-year mortgage now. It's not clear if they ended up selling their old Flagstaff home or not. That's because the place is not in the listing anymore, perhaps because it is under contract. Someone also pointed out they did it under Whitestone Trust and are trustees under it. It means that the new place is protected while they live there. The trustees are supposed to handle the assets under the trust. Trustees do so that the ones who inherit the place afterwards can benefit from it. Using a trust lets you pass on your belongings faster and more easily, without having to go through a long legal process called probate. It means that Robyn has already secured her and her children's inheritance. All sorts of chatter in the fan base suggests they are not happy by her move. How do you feel about Kody and Robyn's decision to be trustees? Tell us in the comments below. Do you think it was the right way for them to purchase the new place? Has the old property been sold yet? Tell us in the comments below. Sister wives call out Kody's murder face, accuse him of having amnesia regarding his past with them. I call it his murder face. I hate it, says Robyn, who shares 5 kids with Kody, in a confessional. You can't use the murder face on the kids. Kody Brown's exes and his only remaining wife, Robyn Brown, have something to say about the father of 18's face. During Sunday's episode of Sister Wives, they discussed Kody's scary murder face and why their children find it terrifying. I call it his murder face. I hate it, Robyn, who shares 5 kids with Kody, said during her confessional. You can't use the murder face on the kids. He's like, get in your pajamas. I'm like, that's too scary. Take it back a notch. Lift the eyebrows. Kody's first wife, Mary Brown, who terminated their spiritual marriage with the church in late 2022, told friends of her ex, he really doesn't seem like the happy person he used to be. For Janelle Brown, who separated from Kody in 2022, this intense behavior is nothing new. Kody's always been kind of intense, Janelle, who married Kody in 1993, said. Even when he's just talking seriously, he tends to have this face. As for the cause, the former polygamist, who has seen 3 of his 4 marriages come to an end over the last few years, admitted to having an angry disposition in the wake of his divorces. "I'm angry," he said during his confessional. "It's not that I'm grumpy or yelling or doing something. It's that I have resting a whole face." Christine Brown left Kody in 2021, with Janelle and Mary following suit, leaving him estranged from the bulk of his children. The only union that remains is his marriage to Robyn. Elsewhere in the episode, Janelle and Mary discussed the way Kody behaved during their marriages to him, accusing the family patriarch of having selective amnesia when it comes to the breakdown of their relationships. As Kody and Mary discussed their breakup, Kody briefly reflected on how his second wife, Janelle, is not interested in a relationship. Mary's sister, who was on hand to help Mary move out of the Flagstaff compound where the Brown family had been living and back to Utah, pointed out that Kody specifically presented it as Mary, Janelle, and Christine had left him, despite him specifically expressing disinterest in moving forward with them. In a confessional, Kody then said, "I'm guilty of marrying people I wasn't in love with." Janelle separately called out Kody's claim that he never loved his 3 ex-wives. "I just think that he has amnesia when it comes to the past because you just can't keep up that kind of pretense for 20 years, she said. "I know what happened. He can say whatever he wants," Janelle added. "It's fine because I just don't care anymore." Mary similarly said in a confessional of her own that this is Kody's current theme, and that is that he never loved me or Janelle or Christine. "It's getting to the point that it's annoying," she continued. "Gosh, Kody, just man up and be honest." The episode, which largely focused on Mary and Kody and the end of their relationship, saw Mary come to terms with the end of this chapter of her life as she prepared to say goodbye to Kody. "I know that I put everything that I could into it, and I would still put into it. But I also know that it's not something that is comfortable for him, or right for him, or good for him. And that's not fair to either of us," Mary remarked. Sister Wives Janelle Brown calls Robyn Kody's perfect sacred cow. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown has referred to her former sister wife, Robyn Brown, as Kody's perfect sacred cow. It is well known that she is Kody Brown's favorite wife, though he tries to avoid using that term. Yet, Janelle is now calling him out in her own way, and it is about time. Keep reading for more details. Janelle Brown calls Robyn Kody's perfect sacred cow. Sister Wives fans loved assertive Janelle Brown when she would tell Kody Brown to F off and walk out of conversations where he was baiting her. She did not want the gaslighting, and rightfully so. He would tell her to evict her sons from her home, which she wouldn't. Furthermore, when Janelle purchased an RV in an attempt to set up a life on Coyote Pass, Kody was against staying there. He asked why he would stay in a cramped RV with dogs when Robyn had a beautiful home. There were weeks when he would not even come by to see their youngest daughter, Savannah, as he was mad at Janelle. Even former third wife, Christine Brown Woolley, was baffled by this, since he did not live more than a half-hour away. Yet, he would complain when he was left out of the kids' holiday visits and plans. Janelle has now decided she is all but done with Kody. She is not asking for a church release, but is moving on. Now, in a preview for the Sunday, November 3rd episode, Janelle and Kody meet up. She notes that she always felt so much of Kody's life centered around Robyn Brown's house. Janelle Brown, in her confessional, states that Robyn is his sacred cow. She is deemed perfect, and nothing bad can ever be said about her. That made Janelle question how they could ever be in a relationship when Kody was with someone who he worshipped. Of course, Kody disputes whatever feelings Janelle is having and calls her a victim, as he does with all of the OG3. Their feelings and emotions are not valid, and he has called Janelle a gaslighter when it was quite the opposite. Fans love Janelle for taking on Kody and Robyn. This season of Sister Wives, it felt a little like Janelle Brown was teetering. Though she said she was done with Kody Brown, was she really? Her son, Gate Brown, noted what his dad had to do to be in their lives, which was clear he was incapable of doing. However, Janelle appeared passive, and fans always loved to see her fight back against Kody. This is exactly what she is doing in the November 3rd episode, so a Reddit thread was started to praise the former second wife. Viewers are so ready to see Janelle come in and annihilate Kody and call out Robyn the way she has in the past. Yes, it is great to see Christine Brown Woolley happy, but it is time for Janelle to shine. Sister Wives clues Kody and Robyn started equestrian business. Sister Wives covers what life after plural marriage looks like for Mary, Janelle, Christine, Kody, and Robyn Brown. But fans have spot clues that Kody and Robyn have started a specialized equestrian business now. Sister Wives Kody and Robyn Brown need to spice things up. Kody and Robyn Brown have been struggling with their picture-perfect relationship after Mary, Janelle, and Christine Brown left the plural marriage. But the season shows that they are trying to hash things out. While Robyn feels like the idiot left behind, they are discussing what is next. Seemingly, a passion project might be the answer for more wedded bliss in their plural marriage afterlife. Now fans see clues that the next adventure includes an equestrian business. Clues Kody and Robyn Brown started equestrian business? On Reddit, Sister Wives fans discuss why they believe Kody and Robyn Brown are running an equestrian business now. First, a user states several points about the idea. They say, "I predict KR will buy horses." Then they add, "In the season's first promo video, KR are riding a horse together." This points to some type of research they've been doing. Per the listing of the new Ego Manor, it's suitable for raising horses, plus the only community feature in the listing is equestrian trails. KR both have horse jewelry, which shows their affinity with horses. Janelle mentioned that Kody was spending crazy money on trailers. Well, to have horses you need a special horse trailer to transport them. The Redditor continues, KR could see horses as an investment and Kody had a weird obsession with bloodlines/breeding. For example, a Triple Crown winner horse has stud fees over $200,000. This horse could breed with 100 to 200 female horses per year. Then those babies are sold at a super high price that is also dependent on the female horse's bloodline. Also, want to add that we as an audience believe that Kody is doing something with gambling. Well, a lot of old school gamblers all started off at the horse track. ARC, one of our kids in the show, mentions wanting horses at some point. Was it Bryce/Aurora who wanted to get a dog, but then said a horse instead? Just want to say that making a horse go into prostitution is so incredibly disgusting and wrong. But it seems like something KR would do. They are vile. Sister Wives fans question the logistics. After the initial post about Kody and Robyn Brown going into the horse business, several Sister Wives fans added their thoughts. Sister Wives shows Kody Brown has experience. Someone else points out Kody Brown has a history with horses. Growing up with Win Brown, he lived and worked on a ranch.